Is football crazy? Is football mad? That football had just taken away the little bit of sense he had. And it would take a dozen servants to wash his clothes and scrub, since Paul became a member of that terrible football club.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Football Crazy podcast. I am your host Jeffrey Gibson. Today is a very sad day for us on the podcast, because it is our final episode of our Olympic football coverage, so let's enjoy every moment of this episode the best we can. Coming up on this episode, we are going to be previewing the bronze medal match between Australia and the United States, and the gold medal match between Sweden and Canada, but before I do, there is something I would like to talk about. Over the weekend, Lord Digby Jones criticised the BBC's Olympics presenter Alex Scott because she didn't pronounce her G's when presented the highlights show, and he also criticised her London accent. And the reason why I am bringing this up is because it hit to me, because I am from the northeast of England, and when I went to university a few years back, the majority of the students there had southern accents, and some reason I felt really insecure about my accent, and I still don't know why. I do strongly believe that there is still a lot of snobbery towards people with accents in the media, and this has to stop. We can't all speak perfect English, because if every person spoke in perfect and posh voices, TV would become unbearable to watch. And I think the sooner people like Lord Digby Jones stops criticizing people because of their accents, the fucking better. Anyway, let's get on with our bronze medal match preview. Looking at the results Australia got during the course of the knockout rounds of the Olympic football tournament, they beat Great Britain 4-3, but then they lost to Sweden 1-0, whereas the United States beat the Netherlands 4-2 in extra time after drawing 2-2 in normal time. And then in the semi-finals they lost 1-0 to Canada. And looking at the way both teams have performed during the knockouts, it is hard to predict the winner. But I think the United States will end up winning a very close and tense match against Australia. Right, moving on to the gold medal match of the Olympics between Sweden and Canada, and looking at how well the teams performed during their respective campaigns, Sweden beat Japan 3-1. Then in the semi-finals they won 1-0 over America, and Canada on the other hand beat Brazil 4-3 in extra time after drawing 0-0 in normal time. And then in the semi-finals, they beat the United States 1-0, and just like the bronze medal match, this is also going to be difficult to predict, but I think Sweden will run out winners, but the match will be a tough one for them and Canada, so anything can happen on the day. That ends our final episode of the Women's Olympic Football. We do hope you have enjoyed our podcasts over the course of the Olympics. We will be back on Saturday with not one but two episodes of the podcast, as we are going to be previewing Sunderland's first League One match of the season, and also the Community Shield. So until then, thank you so much for listening, stay safe and enjoy the match.
Is football crazy? Is football mad? That football had just taken away the little bit of sense he had. And it would take a dozen servants to wash his clothes and scrub, since Paul became a member of that terrible